Dark Wind Season 3, Episode 2 introduces the character of Roberto Budge, also known as Budge, and his sinister presence who appears set to loom over the entirety of the third season. Season 3 of Dark Winds finds Joe Leaphorn, Zahn McClarnon, and Jim Chi, Kiowa Gordon, investigating the disappearance of two young Navajo boys, with one of them later found murdered. Meanwhile, Bernadette Manuelito, Jessica Matt-10, investigates what she suspects is a human trafficking ring, with the two cases bound to merge at one point. When Raul Max Trujillo's new Dark Wind Season 3 character is introduced in the opening scene of Episode 2, it's not clear who he is, what his motivations are, or how he fits into the emerging human trafficking plot. Initially, Baca is framed as being somehow involved in the incident with the Mixtec migrant mother and daughter in Dark Wind Season 3, considering his connection to Wade, Matthew Van Wettering, the guy who had been driving the white van, but it was unclear how. By the end of the episode, while not all has been explained, Baca is now an integral part of the overarching story. Roberto Budge works for Tom Spencer in Dark Wind Season 3. He appears to be Spencer's fixer. The pieces don't start coming together until later in the episode when Bernadette, now a Border Patrol agent, pulls over one of the oil trucks from Tom Spencer's ranch and sees a second man sitting in the passenger seat next to the driver. A check of his driver's license reveals him to be Roberto Budge, which may or may not be a fake name. While both men are shady, it is Baca who exudes the greater air of menace. Considering his willingness to kill, it appears he's some sort of fixer for Spencer. His full involvement will be revealed as the season unfolds, but right now, he's being positioned as the man willing to get his hands dirty for Spencer, doing the dark, bloody work so that his boss can remain a few steps removed from the actual hands-on work of human trafficking. It also means Spencer isn't the one committing the darker crimes, and those dark crimes may very well tie together. Dark Wind Season 3's parallel storylines. Bernadette's case and Leaphorn and Chi's case are bound to converge at some point, and Baca is being set up as the common denominator. Considering the fact that Ernesto Cater, Alonso rapper, was discovered murdered in a brutal fashion at the end of Dark Wind Season 3, Episode 1, it wouldn't be a surprise to learn that it was Baca who was behind the murder. It's possible that Cater and George Bowlegs, Body Okuma Linton, saw something they shouldn't have out in the desert, like a human smuggling operation, and it got them killed. Why Budge Baca kills the guy in Dark Wind Season 3 Episode 2's opening scene. Wade was a loose end with loose lips. Matthew Van Wettering as Wade in Dark Wind Season 3. After all, Baca has already shown his willing to commit murder and hide a body in the very opening scene of Episode 2. From the moment Wade is introduced, it's clear he's not long for the world or, at the very least, that he's being set up for a betrayal. As Wade happily chatters to Baca, whom he calls Budge, oblivious to the fact that Baca is watching him like a predator observing its prey, it's revealed that he was the man in the white van who chased the migrant mother and daughter through the desert. Worse, he brags that he stole Bernadette Manuelito's gun, which seals his fate. It's not a coincidence that the darkly funny song playing in the scene is Ernest Tubbs' driving Nails in My Coffin. Each bragging confession just moves him one step closer to his inevitable death. Baca first suffocates Wade and then buries him alive in the car in order to eliminate a weak link. The hired minion is clearly not too bright, and he has loose lips, a combination that brings down the sort of illegal operation that Tom Spencer is clearly running. If the thug ever used Bernadette's gun to commit a crime, the Border Patrol or another law enforcement agency could easily trace the gun back to him and thus, to the human trafficking ring.